So as we come back together, I think we're ready for the PowerPoint, Laura, because I created a PowerPoint here to explain what the hotspot, coherence hotspot is all about. And how I found out about coherence hotspots, I have a really dear friend in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and she heard about this from a gentleman out in Boulder, Colorado, and he was basically in touch with the people that actually created the hotspots. And if you want to go to the next slide, please. So the mission of the coherence hotspots is basically to create gatherings in community, and you'll notice that unity is in caps there. And that's very intentional because it's about communities that are like-minded, kindred spirits, so that we are learning about how to become personally coherent, as well as then apply that to our state, our country, and the globe. And then what happens is we become socially coherent. And I think, oh, isn't that interesting? Instead of socially distancing, we're going to become socially coherent. And frankly, I like that topic a lot better, actually. And this was co-founded by two people who are Canadians, and it's based on HeartMath. And some of you probably are familiar with HeartMath. HeartMath as an organization is based in California. They've been around for more than 30 years doing research on how, when the heart is in coherence, it basically brings our bodies into balance. And then it also, we're able to connect to other people in that peace and calm. And so there's a very, well, there's a lot of research and data of the effectiveness of these techniques that you're learning tonight. So the next slide, what is coherence? Coherence is really a healthy state when our heart, body, and mind and our emotions are in energetic alignment and cooperation. So it's a healthy, let's go back. Can we go back? We forgot to say in the beginning, this is our first fireside chat, and it's also Laura and my first time of working together on Zoom, so we're still trying to get the lay of the land. And so if we're not quite perfect, please forgive us. By the end of the 40th one, we'll be like, we got this, sisters and brothers. So coherence, so that you can see the words, it's basically when our hearts, bodies, minds, spirits, emotions are in alignment and cooperation. And that's really, I think, something that's very lacking right now on the planet, to be honest, because everybody's in fear. I shouldn't say everybody, most people are in fear. And when you're in fear, you're not necessarily in coherence. So one of the reasons we wanted to start with this is to help idle down the fear, bring us into coherence. Okay, so then let's go on to the next slide. How do we actually do that? So there's a technique that's called the heart lock-in technique. Okay, and then one more. When we focus on our heart, you can place your hands over your heart to do this technique, and you can imagine your breath flowing in and out of your heart and your chest. And as you breathe slowly and deeply, a little bit more than usual, that helps you connect to your heart, to your rhythmic breath, to your coherence. And then what we'll do in the technique is you inhale 5 counts, exhale 5 counts. Inhale 5 counts, exhale 5 counts. And it literally is that simple. So one of the things that when in the beginning, you'll want to inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. And if you do that 5 times, what happens is that'll help you connect to your mind, and it'll help calm your mind. It'll help just take out the monkey chatter, so to speak. And then on the next 5 inhales and exhales, I would suggest breathing through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, which will help you connect to your heart. So the first 5 are nose in, nose out, connecting to your mind. The second 5 inhale, exhales are in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, which helps connect your heart. And when your heart and your mind then have gone through these 10 5 count in, 5 count out, you can already imagine how that's going to help you idle down. And then HeartMath in their research said, let's take it one step further. And once we feel that coherent energy between our heart and our mind, to then focus on something that you love, appreciate, joy, gratitude, freedom, bliss, elation, anything that's positive. And what that does is then that's when your heart center just starts really expanding. And the research shows that that energetic bubble, then when we go back to touching, when somebody is coming in your energetic field, then you are resonating from your heart. You're resonating from that place of love. So as you do this tonight in the meditation, and I'm actually going to give you the experience of this, you can focus on a person, your pet, a special place, a thing or an object, just anything, an accomplishment, maybe something you're really proud of that you did, anything that brings you that joy and love and appreciation. And what happens is when we're in that, then that's what we transfer out to the world. And I really believe this is one of many, many techniques that is currently being done and will be done a lot over these next weeks and months to really help idle down the fear and bring us into coherence. So let's go on to the next slide, Laura, please. So how do we create community coherence? Well, you're in it. We are doing this hotspot, and this is all about community. And if we were together, we'd be feeling each other's vibe and we'd be, in each other's space, but this is a community coherent activity. Anytime a number of people are in community radiating that heartfelt love, even though you maybe can't see each other on the videos, you're still getting that community. And that's helping uplift and benefit all that are on the call. And all of this is really giving us, I believe, new meaning that we're all connected and we're all one. There's now no separation between you and me. We are connected. We are all one. And then the global coherence, so all of those little red, blue dots that you see on the map, I'm a facilitator, and they don't have Minneapolis on there yet. It doesn't look to me like, but they will be. What they're looking for, and we can go to the next point there, what they're looking for is 350,000 facilitators or hotspots all around the world. And that sounds like a lot, but when you think there's, 5 billion people on the planet, and you can see they're already in Europe, they're already in South America, there's one in Australia, and there's probably more than what this map is showing, frankly. it's a possibility. And one of my visions is we'll have some other people, maybe even within the Twin Cities, that say, oh my gosh, that was really fun, and I'd like to start a meditation group and have my own hotspot. And then, you know, like if that speaks to you and you end up doing that, then let me know when you're doing it. And if I'm doing one on the same day, then we're definitely in community across the city waves, if you will. So it's an opportunity for us to have a positive impact on humanity, our future, and the earth. And the earth, when a group of people become coherent, the structure and the plasma of the energetics of the earth beneath change. I had my first hotspot with a group of 4 people in my living room on leap year day. And my living room hasn't felt the same since. It literally changed the vibrations in my living room where we meditated. And I would suggest tonight, just by doing this coherence hotspot, that your space is going to change. The earth beneath where you're sitting tonight is going to change. That's how powerful this is. And when we're in community, then we can go back to that feeling of coherence, resonating with that, being in that energetic vibration, and moving that out into the world. So we're imprinting the Earth's vibration as we do this tonight, and it really is a circle. We're impacting Mother Earth is impacting us. We're impacting Mother Earth, and around it goes. And I don't know if within the last week to 10 days, if you all have felt a difference in Mother Earth, but I know I have. I've felt like the word that would come to me is Mother Earth has been singing. It's like, just, oh, I feel like you all are slowing down, and just there's a sweetness. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but I think coherent breathing can be a component of that, plus staying home, staying focused in our hearts and peace and love, and that'll all contribute. And that's part of what these fireside chats are that Laura had the brainchild of doing. So really appreciate, again, you doing that. And it's sacred work, it's a sacred site. And I'm just thrilled that you all wanted to join tonight. Let's go on to the next slide. So if anybody's interested in being a coherence hotspot, and I am certainly not trying to sell you on anything tonight, but just to say this work is endorsed by HeartMath, and the facilitator training was really interesting, where it's a lot of the big leaders in the consciousness movement, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Barbara Marx Hubbard, who is one of my all-time favorites. Just, you know, they all contributed to the training. And the training takes about 12 to 15 hours. It's online, it's self-paced. It costs 135 Canadian dollars. And that's about $105 to $115 US. And I'm sharing all of this because if you are motivated to become a hotspot, then you have the details. And basically they just ask that you lead a meditation group 1, 2, or 4 times a month. And that's just so that you can start that community piece and really do the work. Yeah, do the work. And the website is coherencehotspot.com. It's not with an S, it's hotspot, singular. And the next slide is thank you and gratitude again for being here. And I would invite you to invite your friends to coherently breathe with you. Once you learn this technique, just share it. And the other thing that you can do is move your own self into coherence 3 to 5 times a day. And I always say do it with your meals. So like when you have your breakfast, breathe 4 or 5 times, move your heart into coherence. When you have your lunch, move yourself into coherence. Supper, same thing. So now when we are actually going to do the meditation, what I am going to do is play a song that is called I Know Where I'm Going. And this song is just to basically help you begin to move into your heart. And once I finish playing this song, then I'm going to just play a note, and I'm going to give that 5 counts, and then I'm going to play a lower note, and I'm going to give that 5 counts. And so what you can do, you'll literally inhale on the upper note, inhale 5 counts, exhale 5 counts. And then I'm only going to do that 10 times, okay? So I'm going to do 5 times for the mind and 5 times for the heart. And then we'll meditate in silence. And in about 4 or 5 minutes, I'm going to come back and do the same 2 notes, low note, higher note. And the first time when you're doing the breathing, I would invite you to just really focus on yourself. This is just about you. And the second time that you do it, I would like for you to think about the community that you're in tonight. The third time will be about the state. The fourth time will be about the country. And the fifth time will be about the world. And after we do the world, then I will play one final song, which is called Peace Blessing. And when I play that song, then we'll be ready to come back together, and we can take questions, comments at that point. So basically, I'm going to play a song in the beginning, give you the 1 note in octaves so that you can connect to your coherent breathing. Don't forget to think of something that you love. And first time is focus on you, and then there'll be some quiet. Then you'll hear the notes again, and that time you're going to focus on the community at large. Quiet time. Then I'll play the notes again. You're going to do the state, eventually country and world. Everybody clear? I hope that's clear instructions. So again, I know where I'm going.